Perfection. So officially, goedemorgen to all. Let's train a little bit of Pilates. What do you think? We're gonna start a little bit easier this morning. The later, it won't be easy anymore. Let's try it. Keep your knees, both of your knees over your hips. Relax those arms on the ground. Relax most of it, your head and your neck on the ground, please. Let's go for our first 3 moves. First move will be to just do a single touch with one of our legs. Our second move will be with the other side, and then on the third one, it will be with both of our legs. We touch the ground and then we pull them back. Once again, both of your knees over your hips. So we have a single touch. We go for the other one, and then try and challenge a little bit more that core by doing it with both of your legs on the ground. Make sure at home your core is always fully activated. That means your abs are tight and pushing inside. And your lower back, it always it's against the ground. What you should feel now? Well, basically you should feel that that core is being tight and it's working, that your lower back must be against, not only on the ground, but it must be against the ground. And also here in front of your hips, those are the hip flexors, they start to work, they start to warm up actually. Whenever you need, you can always take a break. Bring both of your feet on the ground and just chill. Who was the last one to join? Cheesecake for everyone. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll be there around 10:30. Perfect. So team, this is the easy part. How's the coordination? It's really easy, and yeah, let's say that this is doable. Now start to, if you can, to focus on the movement of those legs. One right, one left, and then both. Why I ask you to focus on your legs? Well, basically because when we work with both of our legs, let's bring those arms over the head and then pull them back against or on the ground, sorry, closer to your hips. So we have a single leg, we have the other single one. The only moment we move our arms is when we go for both of our legs. Good luck on this one. Let's start to warm up those shoulders a little bit. Your head always on the ground, so it will never be lifted. Whenever you need it, remember you can always take a small break or a small pause. Why do we move the arms? Well, it's easy to move the arms basically, but for every time those arms goes over your head, your lower back will want to lift. So when you move your arms over your head, squeeze even maybe a little bit more that core inside. Let's go for our last 30 seconds here, and this combination, it will be one of the easiest one that we're gonna do. The next one, it will require a little bit more strength. 15 seconds only to go. If anybody needs a break, you can stop right now. Otherwise, try to keep on training. And let's try it, shall we? Watch this. After we have worked with both of our legs on the ground and the core is really tight pushing inside, try this. Try to lift your shoulder blades and your head off the ground, and let's go for one single touch, a second single touch, and then we just drop those shoulder blades on the ground, the head is on the ground, when we touch the ground, and then we lift again. We go for one single, second one single, and on the double, lay your head on the ground, and then bring it back again. Try to make sure when you're working with the singles that your shoulder blades, they are not on the ground, and it's only your head off the ground. It must be your head off the ground, so the chin goes to the chest, and also your shoulder blades, they go off the ground. For that, squeeze that core super tough. Don't forget, of course, to breathe. That means breathing and breathe out. We will never hold the breath, especially when you open yourself. Try not to hold the breath. Try to always keep on breathing normal, in and out, in and out.
And that one day, all of our labors will be returned to dust. And I know that the sun will swallow the only earth.
Ilona, right now you're feeling the effects of not joining us on Wednesday, eh? Oh, yeah. But you knew that. 30 seconds, team, please. So you cannot blame me, eh? Just a little bit. Yeah, you can blame me just a little bit if you want. That's the whole concept of team. We are all one. Last one. Let's go for the last 5. 4, 3, 2, top. Now let's bring all the strength from the front to the back. And to do the back, we're going to start with the easy ones, the hip bridge. Keep your heels on the ground and start to squeeze your glutes to rotate those hips. Lift your lower back. Everything goes the highest you can. And once your hips are higher enough, try this. Try to do with your hips just a little bit of small pulses. That means we're going to go down and we're going to squeeze the glutes for once, or twice, and only 3 times. Once those hips are really higher, start to push inside. When your hips, they touch the ground, let's start all over again. Rotate, we lift. So far, those arms totally relaxed. Try to find how much more can you push, and then really small pulses. Try to feel how you squeeze your glutes even more for 3 times the pulses. Once you have those 3, easy down we go. Try if you can so far to do a double check on those arms. They should or they must be super relaxed. And if you can't relax them, even if you want, you can try them here, underneath your head. Why not? It's really comfortable actually. But always make sure those arms are totally relaxed. On those small pulses coming from your hips, those 3 small pulses, focus on your butt, on your glutes. You need to squeeze them a lot. Try to find, each one of you at home, your maximum level of how much more can you push higher. I think you do all know how many seconds more I'm gonna ask you, right? So if you're thinking on 30 seconds, you were wrong. 29 seconds, let's do it. How's the glutes? How's the billum? How's the butt? Can you feel it? Those 3 times. Let's add on those arms now. So let's try to do exactly the same, but we're gonna take away those pulses from the hips. Why? Because now we need to lift one leg and the other one. So first we lift as much as we can, then start to use even more. So wake up those shoulder blades, squeeze your shoulder blades, open your chest, and let's go for it. Pull one of your legs as much as you can, bring back the heel to the ground, switch to the other side, bring back the heel, and then disarm those arms so we not need to use them, push inside, restart all over again. We always start with a lot of rotation from your hips. So try to rotate your hips, your core is pushing inside. Let's go first, always the highest, and then comes those arms with your shoulder blades. If you can, try to feel that you're opening your chest. Here, check your neck. Your neck will never, never, ever push the ground. So your neck should be totally relaxed against the ground. Once you got it, let's go for those legs. Pull one of your knees as much as you can, and then go for the other side. Try to pull as much as you can. Have I told you that we're gonna work a lot of strength? If I didn't, we're gonna. Perfection. Do a double check on those hips. They will never fall, your hips, the moment you are working super high. And try to pull even more your knee to yourself. Let's go for that combination that it's an easy one. Only 2 times more, please. Anybody wants the good news? Let's add on the roll-ups. Let's go now for the full combination. So let's keep that strength workout. The starting point will be our hip bridge, same as before. So through your heels, build, same as before, the highest you can your hips. Through your arms and your shoulder blades, try to go a little bit higher. And then we train the strength on our hip flexors, the front. How? By pulling. Once you have your right and your left, arms away, push it down, and let's find that roll up. That means first we need to pull our legs, then push them forward, and check here, precisely here, what are you doing with your neck? Should be totally relaxed. Slowly start to bring those legs to the ground, and once those legs, they have found out the ground, let's do it. The chin goes to the chest, and we start to roll up, to sit down the straightest as we can, and also we're gonna start already to lift our arms to apply a lot of strength to our back. Once those arms are over your head, slowly down, lower back on the ground, shoulder blades on the ground, the head is on the ground, reset. Bend, heels, let's lift, let's build. The highest hip bridge ever with a lot of strength between those two shoulder blades. So use your arms and your shoulder blades to push the ground away. Back to the strength on your hips. Try to pull those knees as much as you can. The moment we go down, always make sure your arms and your neck, especially the head, it's totally relaxed here. We're gonna lift, we're gonna push forward, slowly down, a lot of control here. To later, go for the roll up. The moment we sit down on our hips, try to bring those arms over your head. And the moment you cannot push any longer that chest high or those arms higher, round your spine backwards and try, if you can, not to fall down. Try to apply a lot of strength coming from your core. Toppy, easy to do it? I think it's super easy. Think about this, a lot of strength to the back, all of the muscles on your back. That means hamstrings, glutes, lower back, shoulder blades. After that comes a lot of strength to the front, your hip flexors, your core, precisely your abs. And after the roll up comes again a lot of strength once again to the back. Try to sit down super straight. So we're gonna play today with the strength. You need to push the strength from the back to the front, from the front to the back. So are we on fire or what? It's Friday, nice. Noch trick here, alsjeblieft. You're all looking awesome on the cameras. I have seen some moves on the neck, like checking the neck and the shoulders. Nice, eh? Touché. Once at home you have done or you have finished those 2 sequences, stop, lay down a little bit to stretch and relax. How was it? How's the strength so far? Going good? Should we go for more strength? Let's go for our last part of the sequence. Keep exactly the same. We're gonna try to repeat it again super fast. So it means heels, bridge, shoulder blades, same as before. We pull once, we pull twice. Arms away, push inside. Let's find that roll up. Let's lift, let's push, find the ground, go for the roll up. Now here comes the change. We are not only going to bring the arms over the head, we need to do a big circle out, down that circle, and the moment the arms they want to go forward, start to round your spine for the stretch. So how much can you push for the first time and how much can you stretch those hamstrings? Since we are working stretch, try to stop here. We need a little bit of time. 5-10 seconds approx in between. Once we have those 5 and 10, let's go for a little bit more strength. Sit down once again, straight. Bring those arms behind, a little bit behind your hips, and let's push once again those hips off the ground as much as we can off the ground. Remember the head and your neck? Remember what we have done last time? The chin always on the chest instead of looking backwards. Always on the chin. Release it. Down we go. And if you need it here, you can stop. Or go again. Hip bridge. Try to push as much as you can. Let's make your glutes and your hamstrings stronger. Add on those shoulder blades. Add on those legs. So let's work one side and then the other one. The moment you're pushing down, go for that hip bridge. That means lift your knees, push them forward, careful on your head, remember, no tension at all, down to the ground, go for that lovely, lovely roll up. Sit down super straight, bring those arms over your head and let's go for the huge, huge circle ever. And after that huge circle, round your spine and start to push forward for the stretch. After between 5 to 10 seconds, release it, pop up your chest, hands on the ground, and let's go for that bridge. Once again, we focus on the hips, try to push them as higher as you can. Don't forget about your arms. That means pop up your chest also here. How do we pull up the chest whilst you're doing the bridge? Easy. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. So always ask yourself at home this, how much more higher can I go? And the answer is always more, more and more. Right now, there is not even one single muscle that you're not using. All of them. Even the heart. Some of you, I know that you have a cold heart here, but now you're using it. Feel that huge circle in your arms. If you can make them even bigger, or maybe pull those arms even more behind if you can. Let's go for the last 2 times, please, once again. 2 more. By the way, how's the core? The next one we're gonna wait for a little bit, we're gonna rest, so no worries about it. Once you have those 2 team at home, stop, lay down on the ground, just chill. Grab some water, grab some tea, coffee, not a Jack Daniels. It's Friday, and why not? Yeah. How are we doing so far? Good? Hey, thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of thumbs up. Let's do it. Let's take a tiny break. Try this. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Keep your head on the ground without any kind of tension. Same with your arms. We're not gonna do any kind of tension. Drop them. Totally dead. Focus only on one side of your hips and your hamstrings. How? Fully extend. Flex your foot. We know this one. Start to pull as much as you can. Point and easy goes down. Super easy exercise. So let's isolate the strength of your core, of course, on your hip flexor, and also a lot of stretch on those hamstrings. Now we'll give you homework, of course. Try this 5 times on one side. Once you have those 5, you need to switch. So for every 5 times we pull, we always switch. So on each time 5, always try to pull maybe a little bit more. Both sides of the hips always on the ground. The opposite of keeping the hips on the ground will be something like this. The moment you're pulling, your hips are going off the ground. If this is happening, something you forgot. What? Your core. Your core needs to push inside. 5 on one, 5 on the other one. 5 and 5. So anytime you reach 5, switch. For every time you switch, always try to pull even more. How do you know if you're doing it right? Well, you should feel your core. That's the basics. You should feel the front part of your hips. Those are your hip flexors. But you should feel stretch. Where? Hamstrings and your calf. So this will be our recovery move for the core especially, and also the neck. But of course we still are working a lot of stretch. Let's go for the last 2 minutes. Start to focus more now on your hips. Same deal when we pull, the only difference, now we start to open the widest as we can. Same as before, 5 huge circles. Once you reach those 5, try to switch on the other side. Now on the circles, you need to pay extra attention, especially when you go out. Why? If your core is not really tight pushing inside, this might happen. Your hips, they will lift off the ground. So remember, no matter what, both sides of your hips are on the ground. Try to go with the biggest circle ever. And always don't forget to flex your foot and pull as much as you can. So you should feel your calf and your hamstrings. From the moment we point, inside the hips, we need to feel it. Same as always, quick reminder, if you feel crick, crack, crook inside of your hips, it's good, as long as it doesn't hurt. If it hurts, try not to go too wide. So basically, don't be afraid of crick, crack, crook. It's healthy. Nice, from those initial 2 minutes, we are almost on the halfway, so let's go for the last 50 seconds. And I hope everyone is ready for what is coming. Let's light up some fire, since it's Friday, right? Let's light up some fire on that core. Count this, 5 per 1, 5 per 1. That means both of your legs fully extend, and both of your foot or your feet close together, one with each other. 5 small circles, and the numbers were 5 per 1, right? So once you achieve those 5 small circles, let's go for a huge circle out. Open as wider as you can, so work the inside part of your hips. Try to bring your legs the lowest as you can without losing your core to pull. And let's go for the round number 2. That means 5 small circles per only one huge outside. Check if those arms are fully relaxed. And if you're loosening your lower back here, you can always pull one of your knees and then pull the other one to restart. Isolate on those 5 circles, a lot of strength to the center of your core. And the big one requires a lot of stretch plus a lot of control. Option for the lower back. Let's keep like before, the 5 and 5 right and left. Yeah, we don't force it, especially because it's Friday. How do you know if it's right? Well, it hurts a lot first, and second one, it's not easy at all. So if you need to stop at any time, you can always stop as many times as you need or as you want. Top, let's set on fire even more. Let's go for our last minute, 60 seconds. Halfway, 30 to go. How's those abs? How's your legs? How's the hips? That's the front part of the legs, right? It's part of the legs, yeah. They should be on fire. 15 seconds. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. Heel goed gedaan. Stop. Let's turn around. Let's go for our back strength now. Quick reminder, since now you can watch the screen, the moment you watch forward with your head, that's a little bit of strength for the neck, and we don't want that. We just want to always keep the head or your eyes looking to the ground. Prima? Let's go for some easy exercise here. Try this. Take your toes on the ground and lift both of your knees off the ground. Then let's try to use those arms against us. That means we're going to push forward, and here we're going to hold it. Try to count 3 seconds only. And after those 3 seconds, try this. Lift your arm even higher for another 3. And after those 3, switch to the other side, another 3. That means 3, 3, and 3, almost 10 seconds. Once we have it, time to release it. Drop your knees. You're gonna push away. And let's release that lower back that before it has been working a lot actually. In this one, try to push your chest the closest as you can to the ground. 3, 3, and 3, it was almost 10 seconds, so here we also hold it for 10 seconds, and then we just simply restart once again. Make sure one thing, your head is always against the ground. Then think about this. Okay, the lower back will work. Even if you don't want to, the lower back will work, and actually a lot. So help your lower back. How? Squeeze those abs. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your legs. We always push forward. Then switch from one arm, needs to go higher. Then switch on the other arm, needs to go higher. And after those 3 seconds, comes the good stuff. Now the question at home will be, where exactly do you feel it the most? And here we will all feel different zones. For sure, all of us, we're gonna feel it on the lower back, for sure. But later, the moment you lift those arms a little bit more, one on each other, try to focus really where do you feel it? Do you still feel it on the lower back? Do you feel it more maybe between the shoulder blades? Maybe a little bit lower, the mid section of your spine? So if you really think about it, it's a simple move, but requires a lot of effort. And since this is a really simple move, let's go for only twice more. Don't forget to breathe. That means the air goes in and goes out all the time. That means don't hold your breath. It's super easy to hold the breath, especially when you need to do an extra effort. Looking good, looking good. How's the lower back so far? On fire? How good it feels, the stretch. Does it feel super good, like relaxing, like wow, nice? Because that one we will keep it now. Let's work a little bit tougher, shall we? The question will be, instead of pushing forward 1 and 2 and stuff, can you do a huge circle with your arms now? So it's exactly the same. And think about this. We have precisely 10 seconds to move our arms. That means toes on the ground, same as before. Activate that core. First, push forward and start to count until 10 seconds. Open, open, to the sides, behind, behind, and behind. And here I will give you two options. If you want, try to lift your chest with both of your arms on the sides for 3 seconds more. Or if you are flexible enough, try to grab one hand with the other one and try to go for the full extension of your arms for the extra 10 seconds. Once we have it, for the extra 3 seconds, sorry. Once we got it, comes 2 times a stretch. This is gonna be our first one. Relax here, 10 seconds approx. Feels good. The moment we release it, watch. Lift both of your knees and let's go for the second time the stretch. Let's go for a little bit higher on that spine for the extra 10 seconds. If you want when you go down, you can always drop both of your knees or you can go without your knees. So if we hit the recap button, let's try it. Toes on the ground, your core is tight, your glutes are super tight. Push forward and do not forget to always look down. Slowly start to open the widest you can. And the moment you reach backwards that you cannot push those arms anymore, try to lift your chest a little bit more for the extra 3 seconds, or you can grab your hands and pop up even more your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades. After those 3, comes the nice stretch. 2 times we need to stretch. The first one it's really easy and comfortable. Most of it it's for the lower back. Now the second one, once you come forward, we need to lift both of our knees to push. Super easy, right? How's the right shoulder? Is it okay, the right shoulder? Is it getting stronger or not? Okay, yeah, I think so, yeah. If you want, you can push the ground only with your right arm, with one arm only. It's too early, yeah, I know. Careful on that head, remember it's like you are reading the newspaper, always your eyes, yes, always down, always, always, always down. And since these ones, they feel so good, full sequence, noch trickier. Now, which from those two moves of strength, which one is your favorite? Doing a huge circle with your arms or popping up your chest? And from those two exercises or those two moves of stretch, which one is your favorite? The first one, knees on the ground, or the second one? Same as before, once you have those last two times, release a little bit, shake it off. Still on super fire or not? Or the fire got wet? Nice. Cool. How's the arms? How's the wrist? Can they kind of push a little bit more? Just a little bit? Kleine, beetje. Should we try? But now you will need a little bit much more of your glutes, your butt, your hips. So basically, this is going to be our starting point. Try this. Start always with both of your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your chest. From here, let's try it. Push backwards one of your legs, push the other one. So we're gonna hold the plank first, and then we go for the big stretch. But now choose your favorite leg to start. So after the stretch, start to lift that leg the highest you can, and also try to bend that leg. So bring the heel to your glutes. Once you got it, full extension, comes down, come forward back to the plank, and of course back to the starting point. That means knee forward, and here if you want, you can release your arms or you can go again. Full extend, we have a plank. Let's go for the stretch first. And after the stretch comes the strength of your hips. How higher can you pull that leg and then start to bend that knee. Go again for the full extension, comes down to the ground, back to the plank, knee forward, and remember you can restart all over again, or the moment your knees are on the ground, you can shake that off a little bit. Since we are moving our legs, focus on two parts. The first one, bring that leg the highest you can. And the second one, bend your knee as much as you can. It's like you want with your heel, literally, to touch your butt. Now, for sure at home you will feel, yeah, but I'm rotating a little bit my hips. It's that normal, is that right? Yes, it's perfect. So the hips, they will move a little bit. And for sure, as you all might be feeling it right now, it's not easy, right? Yeah, I know, sorry. Quick recheck of everything. The core, it's one of the most and the main muscle that you will need. Those are your abs and your lower back. Always super stronger. What about the arms? Can you feel those arms working? Oh yeah. Shoulders, they will work. Your chest, they will work. Your triceps, they will be working. What about the glutes? Can you feel your butt, especially when you push that leg the highest you can? The answer should be yes. And the moment you bend that leg, you should feel your hamstrings. Now, team at home, if I ask you the last 4 times, 2 times for your left and 2 for your right, is that okay? Or will you turn off the camera and disconnect? So last 4 times, 4 chances to go the highest you can. Don't stop till your leg, your foot or your heel touches the ceiling. Oh, Marian, don't be so drama queen, like taking like this. Yeah, I saw you like, oh man, this is too hard. Nice. And the award goes to Mari. How's your toes? Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if it's like this. I will say here. Yeah, you're moving quite a lot, huh? Once at home we have done those last 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2 rights, 2 left. We will start with a super nice part. My goal is on this minutes, the last almost 10 minutes, it's to stretch a lot. So when we're done, you feel like, wow, feels super good. So for that, let's do it. Knees on the ground. Since we are here, can we still keep the knees on the ground? Otherwise, you can put a towel underneath. Let's go for only 2 moves. First move, I think we know it. Rotate your shoulder goes to the ground and your head also goes to the ground, and try to relax here between 10 to 15 seconds. Once we got it, let's go for a second move, and it comes with the same arm that you just rotated. Bring it forward in front of the other hand and push your hips back and down. So now we will need to stretch this side of our back, again between 10 to 15 seconds. Since we have 2 sides, we all know that one. Release it off and let's switch on the other side. So always we start with a rotation first. Make sure your head is on the ground so your neck is also relaxed. And after the rotation comes a little bit of an extension. So bring your hand or your arm in front of the other one and then push it back down. Three times for your right side, please. 3 times for your left side. Now the goal here is to stretch as much as we can, to relax as much as we can. For that we have a secret. First of all, relax. Yeah. But second of all, don't move fast. Don't do all the moves super fast. That was an obvious one, right? You need to relax. So first of all, relax. Yeah, I know. So remember, 3 times right side, 3 times left side, and feel that you are really releasing everything after a big, huge workout from a lot of strength today's training. So my words, heel goed gedaan allemaal, eh? Nice. Hope to see you again. I don't know.